What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Dima, white folks music. So we're gonna fly all the way to Connecticut, guys. And we're dealing with a story that has just been kind of breaking out the last few weeks, and it is sad, right? But it's a sketchy story, okay? And why is that? Because we don't have a lot of answers with regards to this young lady, a beautiful young lady. She was a YouTuber also. Her name was Lauren Smith Fields. Now, here's what happened. She was a YouTuber here on the platform and also a physical therapy major at Norwalk Community College in Connecticut. And she went and met an older white man on the dating app Bumble, okay? And, well, I want to tell you what happened. I'll let actually the news clip play about what happened, and then after that, we'll come back and give some commentary to it. Dima, let's let it play.
It's killing me inside. I miss my baby.
The mother of 23-year-old Lauren Smith Fields of Bridgeport says her family's world came crashing down 10 days ago when her daughter was found dead inside her apartment on Plymouth Street under what the family describes as mysterious circumstances. The medical examiner has not yet released the cause of death, and investigators aren't commenting.
Without a doubt, we know that my daughter was not a drug user, and I had a second autopsy myself, paid out of pocket, because we felt so uncomfortable with the way it was handled.
It's Lauren. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel.
Lauren was a familiar face to YouTube audiences. Her family says she had been a track star at Stamford High School and was now studying physical therapy at Norwalk Community College. A sweet child, they say, who had blossomed into a beautiful young woman who had the whole world at her feet. They say Lauren had met, quote, an older white man on the dating app Bumble, and it was he who alerted police to Lauren's death. The family says they are not satisfied with answers they got from an investigator.
I asked him about the guy. He just made it seem like the guy was a nice guy. There was nothing to investigate. The only contact that we have had was from a very insensitive, condescending, and arrogant detective.
Lauren's dad reading a scathing statement saying police failed to extend the most basic courtesies and told his family to stop calling. Councilwoman Maria Pereira says police owe Lauren's mom an apology.
She sent a really well-written email, and I was shocked when just yesterday she told me she had not even received a response.
A mom who's left to plan her daughter's funeral just days before Christmas says she's struggling to find a path forward.
Life is not the same. I don't know who I'm going to be after this.
In Bridgeport, Frank Recchia, News 12, Connecticut.
Your heart just goes out to that family. The city of Bridgeport issuing this statement about the investigation. The Bridgeport Police Department takes these concerns very seriously. The command staff of the Detective Bureau is reviewing the handling of this case to ensure that best practices are being followed. It is imperative to note that the death of Lauren Smith Fields remains an ongoing investigation. Our department extends its deep...
So you heard what the app had to say, all right? And what the news clip said there. Now, what we're dealing with is basically an unsolved murder. And the white man who she was trying to meet, he is the one that alerted the authorities. Now, her brother, Lakeem Jeter, says that the white man is nice and he has no need to be investigated. Can I get a dun 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 sound effect? That already sounds suspicious. You know, she just met this white guy, and the brother is telling the people that don't investigate this white guy because he didn't do nothing, although you don't know. Now, the father, as you heard, said that his daughter was not a drug user, and that's how she was deceased in her old apartment. He paid for an autopsy myself, and you know they felt uncomfortable how the way it was handled. And you know they're still investigating these things, and it's ongoing. It's interesting, right? Because here's why I want to say it's interesting. If this was a black man, the sisters would be calling for his execution. You know, I don't know what the white guy did or not. I wasn't there. But the brother seemed to be very suspicious to me. If this was an African American man, it's fine. He did it. It was all him. But now she didn't have these problems after meeting an older white man. The older white man said that he found her like this. She was drugs. The family said she wasn't a drug user. They paid for an autopsy out of their pocket and all of this. And they feel that, the detective is condescending and arrogant. But see, here's what we have been dealing with in 2021. Black women who have been going out dealing with different groups of men. There are many stories that indicate that such black women have either A, committed violence against said guys, or those guys have committed violence against them. What I want to discuss is who is to blame, all right? And that's the reality. Who is to blame? Why am I talking about this? Because there's no black men in sight for this, okay? Black men didn't do this. Black men did not do anything. We did not take away this young lady's life. But I am noticing that when this story broke out, those women who love to swirl, those women who want to divest, D-I-E vest, okay, as Tariq Nasheed would say, they are very quiet right now. I'd like to know why. What is also the safety of black women outside of black men? And that's the thing about Black Lives Matter, right? I want to talk about this. Here's the comparison. A lot of people says that, Black Lives Matter only matters if a white person kills a cop or kills a black person. That's the only time Black Lives Matter. I would say it almost like this. Is it that the black women or African American women's lives matter only when a black man kills her? Is it only when somebody from the black community kills the woman? Then you'll see all these YouTubers come out to the part to, detest or vilify African American men. Those things. I think those tactics are weak. Or should it be that black women's lives matter if a black man does something wrong to her or any man does something wrong to her? Because anytime a black woman dies at the hands of violence of a man, period, that is concerning for the community at large. That is my position. I'm going to stick to that. But I'll be damned if you are going to go head on and vilify these black men when something happens to black women. And then when these white guys or any other group of men do something to black women, then you're going to be very quiet on the matter. I just can't respect that. It's just like some people feel with Black Lives Matter. It's okay when the police kill you, it's fine. But then when the blacks in the community who commit most of the murders kill you, then you're quiet. It's hypocritical. And I've been seeing it a lot on Black YouTube. Either black women's lives matter when black men kill them, white men kill them, black women kill them. It should matter all the time. But I'm only seeing people being irritated when it is solely, black men, or even sometimes just they ain't gotta be true. It could be a hint that a black man did something. Like just right now, you have this story about the sister on Bigo saying that G Herbo did this to her, did this to them. Cloud chasers can just lie and say anything. No actual proof. Then you have all these people trying to cancel him. Well, then you have this evidence of this, and they ain't even put the man's name out there yet. Ain't that something? They protected his whole entire identity. The man's name ain't even out. He ain't even a suspect in the case. But the family is saying something different. The woman was not a drug user. She was not like they're describing. It's definitely some foul play involved on some hand. And people are defending the white guy. The sisters who usually come for us as black men that are divestors, you ladies are quiet on the issue. I want to know why. Why isn't her life important right now? Does the person have to be Pookie or Ray Ray or Quantavious for her life to be important? This was a young woman who had a lot to live for. A young woman who had things to do. She was studying physical therapy. So we got to be real here. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Dick Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first company at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.